You know, end of the summer, beginning of the fall has always been hard for me in my weight loss journey because maybe it's like the mood, right? I love, I don't know. I won't say I have a love hate relationship with the summer. The summer is always good, in general. But it heavily depends on how active I am and stuff like that, right? So when when it's the end of fall, when it's the end of summer, the mood is kind of like, oh man, it's gonna be a year or really 9 months before I get to experience that weather, that sunniness, that 5 a.m. the sun is outness, sun don't go down till 8 p.m., 9 p.m. this. It's gonna be a while. So I think subconsciously, I kind of try and enjoy the end of the summer, right? And of course, the way I like to enjoy is eating, eating, drinking, chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's really the summer vibes in general. Just like enjoyment, right? Um, I can fast through the fall. The fall is kind of, I don't know how to describe the fall. Sometimes the fall is my favorite season. It's because it's cooler weather, but it's the weather's still okay. You know what I'm saying? Then you get the plants changing, trees changing colors. It's beautiful. The fall is actually really beautiful. Um, so anyways, I usually cap off the end of the summer, but it's all subconscious. I don't think about it, right? So we reaching that territory, right? This year, 2023. When I'm trying to think back, so let's say 2020, right? 2020, end of the summer to fall. That was my first year. I'm sorry. Let's start with 2019, right? That was my first year on my official weight loss journey. I remember I was doing. That's when I was my first ever attempts at long. We call it extended water fasting, right? So 3 days, 7 days, 14 days. That was like my first attempts at it. And so I didn't really, and again, I wasn't really thinking about all this summer to fall stuff. So I can't really recall experiencing it the way I experience it now. And mostly because that was the beginning of my weight loss journey. There was a lot of determination that I can do this and I'm going to do this. So I really had a plan and I was sticking to it tightly. It doesn't mean I didn't have my ups and downs because in 2019 I had my ups and downs too. But 2020, that was when I first did my gauntlet, right? And I lost a bunch of weight, right? 100 pounds, whatever. Going into the summer, I was hiking, I was like doing everything. I was really active, I was feeling it. I don't remember what happened, but I do remember at the end of the summer, I think it was drinking. Yeah, I think I started drinking like this was my first time ever drinking expensive whiskey, right? $60 bottles, $80 bottles. I forgot what brand it was. Oh, Balvenie. Oh man, I enjoyed it. That's like the finest whiskey I've ever had. I'm sure there's better ones. So that's probably not the finest whiskey I've had. I can't think right now. But anyways, I started drinking. I started eating out, you know, and I started gaining weight back. But I remember I could still ride my bike. But I remember vividly my bike was making a sound when I rode it, but I didn't know it was because of my weight. I thought there was something on my bike that needed to be tweaked. But it was actually because I was gaining weight. Because in my mind, it was like, there's no way I'm gaining weight, even though I could see it, even though I think I had stopped weighing myself by July. So when August, September came around, I knew I no no I knew I had gained weight. I didn't believe that I couldn't ride my bike at that weight that I was at because I had been riding my bike the whole time. You know what I'm saying? All right, that was 2020. 2021, I did really, really, really well. I don't remember that there was a change because of the weather per se. It was more so like I had gotten into a relationship and I just started being home a lot. I stopped exercising. I didn't know how to flip that switch and say, this is the time for me and this is the time for the relationship, right? So I remember I didn't go out. I was always home. And then I caught myself maybe in October. Yeah, end of September, October. I kind of called myself. I did a water fast and then I started traveling. Okay. 2022, last year. Last year, such a weird year. Last year was back to drinking. I thought that I had tasted the finest shit. All right, 2020, 2021. No, 2021 I didn't drink until very, very end of the year. 2020, I thought I had tasted the finest shit. I was over it, whatever. 2022, that's when I really wanted to try the finest shit. So, it was more drinking, but I was also drinking because I was down. Now, I wasn't down like depressed or sad or something like that. I was down like I thought I was in a slump that was gonna be quick. The injury that I had, I didn't know it was gonna last so long. So that injury took me off my feet, right? But I was anticipating returning to my feet. So my mentality was that I was going to enjoy. But as soon as I get back on my feet and I can jog, run, walk, hike, all this bike, all this stuff again, I'm gonna drop the weight off and I'm gonna go back to my new lifestyle, right? Of really managing myself. But the injury lasted like 2 months. And then when I finally did get back on my feet, I was kind of scared. I was kind of scared to re-injure myself. And I had gained so much weight that I was like, let me just get this weight off and then I'll go back to my, regularly scheduled program. But it just never panned out. It never really panned out, so that plagued me the whole summer. When fall came around, I tried to get back into fasting and stuff, but it never really panned out. And I was drinking. I can't really remember if I was eating a lot, but you know, being down the way that I was, where I didn't really know what was going on, it's easier, especially when it's like gloomy and all that shit. It's easier to like indulge. So, anyways, I bring this all up because now it's 2023. We're reaching the end of the summer. What's today? Let's just say we have 2 weeks of the summer left, right? Official summer, 2 weeks left. I break my fast next week. I've been talking to myself. Like, do you just want to? Anyway, I don't want to jinx this fast. But, anyways, I've been talking to myself and I've just been trying to see and ask myself, do we want to go hardcore, strict? Because this is an area where if you indulge, you can gain a lot of weight back. But we're trying to get our weight down. Or do we just close our blinds, ignore the outside, and just stick to the plan? And that's what I want to do. By all means, that's what I want to do, right? But I don't know how I'm going to feel next week. I really don't know how I'm going to feel. That period when I break my fast is very critical. It's very critical. I have to really control myself, watch myself. At the same time, when it's refeed time, it's refeed time. I just have to try and keep it in control. Try and control it. Try and control as much as I can and push into the next fast. Summer to fall is not really a big deal. It's just that when I look at the past, the only way I've ever gotten through it is being strict. Yeah, it's being strict and not really thinking about it. But I have to also acknowledge it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see. Am I gonna stay a homebody, stay in the house another for the rest of the year? I don't know. I really don't know, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm strong mentally right now to say that next week I'm gonna just refeed really small and just go into another. I don't know that I'm that strong, but I know I'm strong enough to say, and I'm not trying to jinx it. I can extend this fast if I feel like the way I feel now next week at the end of what does that be, Saturday, end of Saturday or end of Friday? I don't know what day it is. If I feel like this next week, I could extend my fast all the way to the end of the summer. That way, when I do refeed, and if I want to enjoy, it's more like I built up comp in beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Versus trying to make it up on the back end. You know. But we'll see how it goes. I think I'll be fine.